Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and today I get to check out the fantastic Iron Angels Trilogy released on Blu-ray by Vinegar Syndrome. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. So I know some of you guys already have had this in your hands for a few days already. It just takes a wee bit longer, of course, reaching the arsehole of nowhere here in Northern Ireland. But I am super excited to finally have in my hands the Iron Angels Trilogy on Blu-ray. I mean, I've been waiting for this day for so long. It is so incredible, and I don't care if anyone else here in the UK never releases it. The fact that we've got it now on Blu-ray, I'm quite happy with. That is it. That is enough for me. Okay, so this all started for me back in the, I think, early 90s. I went into like an ex-rental video store, and I saw this sitting on the shelf. Released by RCA, Columbia TriStar. I had no idea who this was. I don't even think I'd seen a Moon Lee movie at this point. I'd probably seen her in things, but I don't think I'd seen a Moon Lee movie. But Elaine Lui was not a face I recognised at all. And it's a pretty bland looking cover. There's nothing too excited except for a beautiful Chinese woman with a machine gun on there. But on the other side, there was some shots of action. A face that I recognise of Hwang Jang Lee, and there was certainly an interest in what I was seeing and what I was reading here. Regardless, it had someone Asian on the front. I didn't care, I was taking it home. It cost me £3 and I was super excited to get home and start watching it. Wow, it blew me away. I mean, even with the English dub, it just was something else. I watched this over and over and over again, and it is still one of my all-time favourite femme fatale action movies. It's just fantastic. There's not much in the way of martial arts action there, but the music is powerful in this. Everything about it, and that end battle between Moon Lee, Yukari Oshima and Elaine Lui is still one of my favourites to this day. So this was it. This was the first time I had ever seen this Teresa Woo directed piece. And of course Stanley Tong, who's famous more so now for his Jackie Chan directed movies that really don't seem to do too well with fans and critics. He was a big part of this, and I feel that's kind of where he should have stayed. So not long after that then, Hong Kong Classics and MIA put out Iron Angels as Angel on retail video, but also Iron Angels 2 as Angels 2. And this was a first time watch for me, and boy oh boy was I excited. This blew me away. Again, the action ramped up even more so, and it was fantastic, and more fight action, not just action, but fight action, and it does not disappoint. This is a fantastic movie, and again, the chance now to see it in full HD is wonderful. Of course, the DVD market came in, and I did pick up this gorgeous Hong Kong DVD release of Iron Angels. Fabulous piece. Never did get my hands on the other two, unfortunately, on their official releases, I should say. But this, again, was a tremendous upgrade, and the chance for me to first see it in its original language with English subtitles. So very happy with that. Shopping around on eBay one day, I came across this bootleg release of the Iron Angels Trilogy, but also a movie called Raging Angels. So you've got 4 movies on here. Raging Angels is not connected in any way. It does star, I think, Carrie Ng and perhaps Anthony Wong, but I can't remember too much about it. Regardless, so this was okay. They're just burnt discs. There's nothing fancy or flamboyant about this release whatsoever. It's very cheap. It wasn't cheap to buy, but it's very cheaply made. But the quality wasn't fantastic. There was nothing really special about this whatsoever, but pretty much to be able to see the other 2 movies, because I had the Iron Angels DVD, this is what I went to sort of watch parts 2 and 3 after that. Not anymore, because now look at this. This is fucking stunning. I mean, front and back, it just blows me away. Beautifully captured, absolutely gorgeously done, and packaged wonderfully by Vinegar Syndrome yet again. Oh, wow. I really can't take it in enough, and I'm hoping that there is a poster in here. Really, I have no wall space, as I talked about before with posters, but I have got my poster books that I'm now sliding everything into, and I will share them with you in a show and tell soon enough. But yes, this is stunning. I mean, front and back, it is just amazing looking. The colors are gorgeous. Everything about it is just captured perfectly. Now, it is numbered on top, limited to 5,000. This is number 2,473 there. And let me just get stuck in here, because I don't think I can hold myself back any longer in wanting to go in and watch these through the 4K player, through the 4K television. I am super excited. Now, the first thing that jumps out to me here, apart from the fact that there's a wonderful book included, is that it is region A, B, and C. Now, this makes me think that perhaps these movies are never going to have a UK release, because sometimes distributors are kind of like region locked to either the UK or the States if somebody else has the rights there. I could be wrong. I hope I am. But still, it's nice to see that these will play on any of my players or your players. But I'm very excited for that. So I'm going to rip that open. But of course, you do have this wonderful thick book in addition to that also, which is incredible. Now, of course, these movies just kicked off a whole homage, rip-off, spin-offs, unofficial sequels of Angel movies, even featuring Moon Lee and some of the other stars there. They just kind of went a wee bit wild after Iron Angels was so popular. And it really was kind of Moon Lee's first big modern action role, and she does amazing in it. But Yukari Oshima, for me, in the first one, is the show stealer. And when I got to meet Hwang Jang Lee and chat with him, I did talk briefly about Iron Angels and about him fighting with Yukari Oshima and stuff, and he chuckled about it, and he kind of remembered back and talked briefly about it, but we didn't get too deep into it. But this again is just a treat to have. I am so friggin' excited to finally have this in my collection. Okay, let me see, I can't wait any longer. Okay, we got Iron Angels, aka Fighting Madam. I think that's American title. Iron Angels 2, Fighting Madam 2, and Iron Angels 3, which is Return of the Iron Angels, not Fighting Madam 3. Okay, we've got special features, a 2-disc region-free Blu-ray set, newly restored by Vinegar Syndrome from existing studio masters. I'm so friggin' excited. All films are presented with their original Cantonese language soundtracks, with newly translated English subtitles, in addition to the English language dub soundtracks. Mandarin language dub soundtracks are included for Iron Angels and Iron Angels 3. Commentary track with film historian and author Sam Teagan for Iron Angels. Commentary track by Hwang Jang for Iron Angels 2 and Iron Angels 3. We have Meeting an Angel. Discussion between actress Elaine Lui and Hong Kong film historian Arnold Lanaku. I'm never going to get that right, and he is going to tell me off one more time. The Angels Go to War, an interview with production manager Johnny Lee. 3 directors and an angel, an interview with executive director Raymond Leung. The Shadow Action Director, an interview with acting director Stanley Tong. Angels Shed No Tears, a video essay by Frankie Balboa. Original trailers for Iron Angels and Iron Angels 2, and newly translated English subtitles. Wow, what a packed release. I mean, that is just fabulous. Okay, I can't wait. Let's get stuck in here. Oh, there is a poster. Oh my god. All right, I'm going to slide that out there just for now. Oh, wow. Okay, so inside, as promised, we have the 2 discs, and it does seem that the cover is reversible, much like the box that it came in there. I just don't know which ones I want to keep in there though. And on the other side there, the Iron Angels 3 artwork, which is fabulous. Oh, how amazing is this? Oh my god. Guys, if you haven't got your hands on this already, you need to be pretty quick, because I have a funny feeling these are going to sell out very, very fast. Now, there's already a crease in the poster there, which is unfortunate, but hey, sometimes these things can't be helped. This is double-sided with that same artwork, which is fabulous. I can't wait to get this into my book. But look at that. That is incredible. And on the other side, I don't know who's behind. I'm guessing Tony Stella. It kind of has that look of Tony Stella's artwork. I'm not too sure who is behind it. Sorry, it doesn't state it. But a wonderful, wonderful piece. Wow. Oh my gosh. Can I fold this? No, I can't. Okay, moving on to the book. And we have this gorgeous thick booklet that comes with it. On the back there, a very faded picture of Moon Lee. But let me get stuck in to share with you what is inside. But yes, Yukari Oshima in the first one blew me away. She is just fabulous and so friggin' nasty. Ridiculously nasty, but in a very fun way. But all the cast of the whole part one, you've David Chiang in there, you've Hwang Jang Lee as I mentioned, but also throughout the rest of the movies, everyone just impresses constantly. Of course, in part two, you've Yun Tak, who works on the action also, but he pops up there in the jungle and takes on Moon Lee in a fabulous fight. And then a part three, of course, it just gets a bit wild. And part three is probably the weakest of the trilogy. No, it's not probably, it is the weakest of the trilogy. But it does feature a fabulous scene where Moon Lee, with a pair of nunchucks, takes on a small army. And it is worth the price of admission alone. Anyway, that is a fabulous book. I really can't wait to sit down and take it all in. I'm not going to pack this up right now, but I am going to go watch everything that is on both discs, come right back and let you know what I think. So, just back after checking out the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray release of the Iron Angels Trilogy, and my god, this was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, without a doubt, this needs to be in your collection. If you're a true fan of Hong Kong movies, this is a must. Absolutely. Without even getting into the nitty gritty, those three prints were just stunning. I watched it through my 4K player, 4K television, and it looked like these movies were made yesterday. They were absolutely glorious. I mean, even without the extras, I would have been quite happy just getting the three movies as they are, with this stunning artwork, of course. Of course, there are a host of extras on there. I haven't listened to any of the audio commentaries. I'm actually going to do that this week. I just did not have time, and I was so excited to get out here and get this finished that I just wanted to watch all the movies and all the other extra features, but I haven't had time to go back and listen to the audio commentaries. Saying that, those involved are usually pretty good, informative, etc. in what they have to say, so I am looking forward to watching those all again. Of course I am. They're three fantastic movies. But in terms of the extras, so I did put in Iron Angels 3, Return of the Iron Angels. On disc 1 you have Iron Angels 1 and 2 sharing the disc. Apart from the audio commentaries, there's no other extra features there. They're all here on the second disc, and in the extras menu you can see the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs scene I was talking about, but the song itself is actually quite a lot of fun. But yes, you have all your extras here. Meeting an Angel, Arnold meets Elaine Lui. Interesting woman. It's delivered all in English, probably ran for about 21 minutes in length, but a fun discussion between them and her looking back at her time on the Angels movies, or especially parts 1 and 2, I have to say there. I do feel she was missing from part 3. It would have been nice to see her in there, but yeah, it didn't happen. Anyway, great discussion, definitely worth checking out, but an interesting woman overall. Then you have The Angels Go to War, production manager Johnny Lee, delivered in English again, as the first one was. This one ran for probably around 18 minutes in length, but very, very informative and quite revealing in what he talks about. Now, this is the guy who worked on movies such as Where's Officer Tuba, Magnificent Warriors, lots, pretty much, if not all, of Stanley Tong's Jackie Chan projects, from Police Story 3 Super Cop through to The Myth, and everything else in between there. But yeah, a very, very interesting interview, definitely one worth checking out. But the three directors and an angel with Raymond Leung, one of the directors from Iron Angels, was probably the most fun for me. This guy is a blast. I mean, he remembers this thing like it was yesterday. He talks about the problems there were on set. Like, I mean, he really goes into it. He's also the director of the Andy Lau film and Carrie Ng film, The First Time Is the Last Time. And I knew the name somewhere, and that's where it's from. I do have that movie in my collection. Another one definitely worth checking out there. But yes, his ran for probably around 29 minutes, 30 minutes. But very, very revealing in what he says went on there. I wish they had maybe got Teresa Woo for this. I don't know if she's still alive, but this is like this mysterious woman, Teresa Woo, who delivered these 3 movies, was never heard of again. But it would be great to have seen an interview with her. But he kind of gives us the insight as to the kind of woman she was, I suppose. Also has a lot of good things to say about Saijo Hideki, I should say, sorry, the Japanese star who was a massive singer back in Japan, and this was his first and only Hong Kong movie. I don't know if he's done any other movies beyond that, but he does an amazing job in Iron Angels Part 1, and I really wish he had stuck around for the trilogy. Of course, Alex Fong kind of took over as the lead angel there with that. Then you have the shadow action director, an interview with Stanley Tong, who was the acting director on most of these movies, but then eventually took over the reins throughout them there. But he does a great job, and when you see Stanley popping up in the movies themselves, he's quite a handsome young man. I have a lot of respect for him, as much grief as I give him with his Jackie Chan movies and his movies overall. I feel that this period of his life, when he was delivering things like this and Stone Age Warriors and other stuff early on, was his best time. There was no real restrictions on him, and he was a wee bit more creative and not afraid to take a risk, I suppose, on certain things there. But this is a great interview with him, delivered all in English, ran for about 33 minutes in length, so quite a lengthy piece there. But again, very revealing in what he remembers about the movies and what he remembers about Teresa Woo and everyone else that he worked with. So definitely well worth checking out. Then you have Angels Shed No Tears, a video essay by Frankie Balboa, and it is just by him, because whenever I started watching it and a girl's voice came on, Christy Spessard, ran for about 8 or 9 minutes in length, but I was like, this guy's either got a very bad cold or it is somebody else completely doing the video essay, and that's what it was. He has written it and she's narrating it. But it was an interesting piece, and it pulls in a lot of different movies throughout Hong Kong cinema around this period, talking about the Iron Angels trilogy, but also girls with guns, so to speak. And then you have 2 trailers, unfortunately, just for Iron Angels and Iron Angels 2. There's no Iron Angels 3, and I don't know why they couldn't find one. I'm sure I've seen an Iron Angels 3 trailer online somewhere on YouTube, but they were both very unrestored. I think part 2 was a wee bit worse than part 1, very SD in quality. It does let you see how we used to have to watch these when we got bootleg videos back in the 90s, before it really exploded officially. But yeah, to watch those trailers, the first one runs for just under 4 minutes, the second just under 3 minutes, but to watch those in this quality, and then go into those restorations, I mean, it's like night and day. It is just spectacular, the cleanup operation done on these here. But yes, I mean, there's a lot going on here. Of course, I've still got to get through those commentaries. Anyway, I'm giving this a double thumbs up. Super glad that it's in my collection, of course, but I'm also super glad that it's finally out there on Blu-ray. I mean, why it's taken this long is beyond me, but please do yourself a favor and get your hands on this. It is absolutely worth it. Out now from Vinegar Syndrome. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your continued support. It is just amazing to see the channel grow and grow and grow steadily, but it's getting there. So thank you so much. Until next time, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I'll see you soon. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store, or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews, and follow me on Instagram at Invincible Asia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I will see you soon.